within the learning process that we find ourselves in, we have to pick 3 words that will help us always. It could be strength, parents. What's the difference between the Barça goalkeeping school and the schools at any other clubs? Well, that just depends on how we play the ball. If you look at the first team, if you look at the first team goalkeepers, we have to find them from an early age. You have to have that profile. Once you have that profile in the first team, we've seen that with the likes of Victor, Claudio, and Marc Andre. That's ideal from that moment. What we are building. To achieve the objective of the excellence in goal, it's difficult with kids between 6 and 12. Not necessarily they have to do well all the time, because you can't see mistakes, and goalkeepers is difficult at that age. So our perspective with Monty and Ricard Segarra, the man responsible for the goalkeepers, is for the lads to find themselves in situations, and then we try and resolve them by themselves. Tuesday is a good moment to have things in common and look at the difficulties that we've had during the game, things that they've done well, things that we can perhaps disagree about. Our work is to help the kids grow within that position, because the job of goalkeeper requires that. And then look at technical aspects within the position, playing with your feet, that's very important, one-on-ones. What we want to do when they finish playing 7-a-side, that they have the basics to go on to 11-a-side football, whether they continue at the club or not. Who can say something interesting about the position? Pass with your feet. We have to look everywhere, from the left to the right. Deep, short. If you pass the ball on the inside, you shouldn't. You have to look at the player on the outside. I've said to you, we have a bag and we put all the positive things in there. And that's what we're working on. Everything that we do well, and everything that we do badly, that we don't do with the precision required, we always have the opportunity to learn. A mistake is an opportunity to learn. So all the things, we have to put them in the bag. We look so they have a basis when they come into the club, and we look at the things that they do well or don't do so well. And then we look at the situations, things that just come about in a game. We look at mistakes and we don't penalise them. We look to make them available of all the situations that can come up in a game. There are opportunities to learn and to grow. If they make a mistake, it doesn't matter. They have to have the confidence to do well, to do things well, and then the technical basis to do that as well, because that comes with playing. You made a good save from a free kick. Is there something that has to do with your basic position? Yes. I had to wait to see if it was going to the near post. A day where the pitch is quick. The thing that makes the biggest difference, I think, in the club is playing with the ball at your feet. The Barça philosophy means you have to do that, and means that the goalkeeper is a reference point in that sense. The goalkeeper is another weapon to bring the ball out. And that's the big difference between with other clubs. Playing the ball with your feet is always important. We work on that. You have to interpret what you have to do in each exercise, if you have to make one pass or another. I think when they get to the competitive level, they have that basis. They constantly know what they have to do with the ball at their feet. We'll have important spells of possession during the game, perhaps higher than even in the first team. And then the goalkeepers have not much to do, so it's difficult. And the goalkeepers know that when they're called into action, they have to do it well. It's added pressure because they don't get involved much, and they don't have much time to think about it when they do get involved. They know that they're wearing the Barça the badge, and that's a responsibility. All this is pressure that they are dealing with from a young age. You have to work on that mental aspect as well. Where they come from 7-a-side football, then they start with 11-a-side, under 12s, under 14s. There's a process of adaptation to what is basically a new sport. They have to work on the on space, on the ball in the air. They have to show more character and more characteristic because it becomes more difficult. We want them to get involved in the game and to be technically accomplished, to have character and to have the size necessary. It's difficult to find that mixture. For that reason, scouting is tough here in Catalonia, but what we have to do is try and find those conditions.